welcome to another episode of Wild, Wicked, and Weird. I'm your host, Will Voivodik, and to my left tonight is my co-host.
I am Brett Hedges.
That's right, folks. We are two average Canadians taking a deep dive into some of the wild, wicked, and weird stories from our humble town of Windsor, Ontario, and around the world.
That's right. Give us a follow on social media. Give us a like on our Facebook page, Wild, Wicked, and Weird Podcast. On Twitter,
That's right,
at WildWickedW. Send us an email at wildwickedandweird@gmail.com. And please, please, please give us a review on Apple Podcasts, 5 stars. And thanks to everyone who has done so in the past few weeks. It means a lot.
That's right. We appreciate your reviews. What'd I say last time? It's like
I said it's like Tinkerbell needing clapping to be able to.
Reviews are like a sparkling oasis in the desert. I'm thirsty, and
That's right.
And Brett's lips are crusty, and we're so thirsty for your reviews.
Absolutely, we need some sort of water.
I said something last night.
Don't send it from Flint
because we. Oh God, I said something last night, but I forget because we recorded or tried to record an episode last night. We had about 40 minutes of great chemistry, great energy,
as they would say.
And we had the wrong microphone plugged in. It was from the laptop mic, and it sounded like it was coming out of a fucking Game Boy Color.
Yeah,
to be honest,
it sounded like we were in a submarine and we're like when we're laughing. So it was a good time. So we're reloaded, we're recocked and loaded and ready to give you a new episode of Wild, Wicked, and Weird tonight.
Luckily, my story, we didn't get into that. Just some of our pre-banter talking about the fights from this weekend. Really, the zenith of sports entertainment as we know it. It's really the bar has been set. It can't be any higher.
Well, you know that Michael Jackson's Thriller was really the zenith of pop music back in the late 80s.
I think I saw some of the zombies from Thriller on the stage on the Triller fight night.
That's right. And so Triller was this past weekend, which was the biggest mix of circus, pro wrestling, and boxing I've ever met. And it was like a car crash that you just couldn't keep your eyes off of.
It made Altamont, you know, that horrible Rolling Stones concert where 6 people died or something.
This was
made Altamont look like Woodstock.
Yeah, no, this one made Woodstock, the 2000 version of Woodstock. They made that look like the
Woodstock
cool version
99.
of real.
Yeah.
It made the shitty version with Limp Bizkit made it look like the version with Jimi Hendrix. It was fucking a car crash ready to happen. But at the same time, it was entertaining because we got to see 55-year-old rappers.
Ric Flair, his face was a nice Barney purple, I like to say. Just blood vessels galore, just screaming and just no idea where he was.
So Ric Flair, the WWE 2-time Hall of Famer, officiate a slap fight at the beginning of the card. And first of all, in the beginning of the card, everyone was so blunted that they were shocked that they were on camera. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to be this inebriated on camera.
Those guys were just slapping each other behind the stage. It wasn't planned. They just said, "Hey, are you getting this?"
Ric Flair was walking around wooing everyone, high-fiving everyone.
Yeah. Pete Davidson was he wasn't officiating the slap fight, but Ric Flair was the referee, and Pete Davidson was just smoking Marlboro 100s next to him, just making snide remarks and
just being a
totally
piece of
fucked
Staten
up
Island trash.
But my favorite part is when he called Jake Paul a piece of shit.
Yeah. My favorite part was when Snoop Dogg and Steve Urkel smoked a blunt on TV.
Yes. We're watching it, and I'm like, Brett, turn off Family Matters. Let's watch Triller Fight Night. And I realized it wasn't.
It was an ad with Snoop Dogg and Jaleel White, Steve Urkel character, costume and everything, promoting his new weed line, which was amazing. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, Steve Urkel does weed. And everyone in the room was like, there's no way that Urkel invested in weed. And then 30 seconds later, bam!
Purple Urkel.
That's right.
Oh my God.
It was great though. Seeing Snoop Dogg officiate sports was really fun. But obviously he was in his glory because he was all fucked up and he just got to talk to everyone.
It was like another Monday at the office for Snoop Dogg, but
Yeah.
it was cool to see everyone else all messed up like that.
Yeah, it was seeing Mario Lopez just chinked out of his mind, just smoking blunts with Snoop Dogg was.
My favorite part was the first fight between some Bruce Wayne, some billionaire turned boxer,
Yes.
and he'd only had like amateur fights. And the way the announcers were describing it, they're like, last night there was a spilled drink at the bar, and he was trying to DM his girlfriend on Instagram. Like, they're not talking about other fights or other accomplishments or accolades. They're talking about drama at the club from the night before. Like,
so the first fight was this billionaire Joe Fournier versus like this reggaeton like artist called Raycon.
Raycon, the reggaeton artist, and we listened to some of his music. It was fucking.
It was not worth your time. Please do not even bother.
It was better than some of the music though during these performances.
Oh
that's
man,
for sure.
If anything, you could give the female acts an Academy Award for the lip syncing performances because they were
that was disgusting.
It was bad, but it was cool to see like Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, all those guys. It was fun.
Too Short? Oh my god. That was my favorite. My favorite part about this is that there's no one in the stands.
No.
And these people like kind of forget it. Well, like Too Short, when he's singing, he's just like, now listen, bitches, I got 2 things I want. I want you to shake your booties and bounce they titties. And he puts his microphone out and they pan over to like some intern girl with glasses handling a camera, and she's like, no, I'm not going to do those 2 things. I don't want to.
I can't. I'm not.
I have to be home by 11.
Obligated to do those.
Do you have it on your phone? Were you gonna pull it up?
Yes. 1 minute.
Oh my god. We have to listen.
And he pulled Too Short. I have to say the performance of the night goes to Too Short because this is what he says.
Where the ladies at?
Oh.
Check this out. I want 2 things from all the ladies. Only 2 things.
Only
You wanna know what I want?
You know what I want?
I want to see some asses wiggling, and I want to see some titties bouncing. Let's go!
What a request from an empty room, an empty stadium.
The best part is that all of those musical performances, as horrible as they were executed well. Like the mics, the volume was good and everything.
Yes.
But they decide to fucking screw it up for the national anthem. The first like 30 seconds, they didn't have the mic on. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, the technical producer gonna get fired for that.
Oh
but
my god.
That's definitely not.
I was expecting someone to come out and just start beatboxing the fucking Star Spangled Banner, to be honest with you.
Snoop.
Watching Steve Urkel smoke a blunt with Snoop Dogg, it's like, this isn't happening. Like, remember when you were watching TGIF when you were 9 years old on ABC as a kid, and you'd see Steve Urkel, and like, I didn't even know if he was a guy or a girl. I thought Jaleel White was just transcended genders. He was so what's the word, asexual, or what, you know what I mean, like
gender fluid.
he wasn't human. He was so nerdy, like.
Yes, and the thing, like, just to see him smoking blunts with Snoop Dogg was just so foreign.
Wow.
It was like
Did
watching
I
a cat.
roll that?
Yeah. Did I roll that?
He only said that about 8 times. Wonder
But-
if we can get some purple Urkel.
I'm sure you
Maybe
can now.
Uncle Phil's coming out with his own brand of shatter. Oh, rest in
Uncle
peace.
Phil
He
shot-
died.
Oh,
sorry.
Never mind. Too soon. Too soon.
What else? And the referee calling him Ben Askew. Like, he's not even trying there.
I didn't
He
even
can't
make it
fuck
to the
that
main
up.
event, so I don't even know what you're
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about.
Brett had a couple
Wobbly
Bud
pops.
Lights. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple of wobbly pops, and I was a little.
He didn't make it.
I was a little tired by the main event, so we were celebrating though. What
That's
could we
right.
say? We were celebrating our buddy's birthday.
That's
so
right.
Happy birthday, Glenny.
I showed Brett the fight last night, and
It was pretty bad, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't stay up and watch it. That was
Exactly.
pretty bullshit, to be honest. Like, to be like,
so who do you think's gonna fight him next?
probably someone's mom at
Word
this
is-
point. Like
Prince Harry's gunning for him.
Prince Harry, they're gonna,
TMZ's gonna set it up.
yeah. Meghan Markle's gonna walk in the room.
Meghan Markle's gonna be smoking blunts with Prince Andrew on the side.
Prince Andrew. But man, I just, for what it was worth, like, obviously, like, they spent a shit ton of money for the production value. Like, I'm sure the guy turned $1 or whatever, but the biggest thing of all is that he's convinced half of the world or whatever that he's actually a professional boxer. He's a YouTube star playing a pro wrestling character who's playing a pro boxer. So if you break it down like that, like, this guy isn't shit.
You can hate him as much as you want, but Jake Paul is a marketing genius.
Oh, he did a great job. I watched it. I'm just
Crazy.
saying, like,
Crazy.
it's just crazy to think that where an idea can go. He's basically playing the villain from every Rocky movie at the same time.
Yes.
which is what can you say? It's
my
commendable.
favorite meme out of everything that's been on Twitter and Facebook is the one where it has it says, "This is Triller after spending all their money on Bieber, Snoop Dogg, and these musical acts, and has the Tiger King, Joe Exotic's like, I'm never gonna be able to financially recover from this." He has one Ushbuck left.
But I guess everyone's lining up to fight this guy, even some washed up old UFC guys.
Yeah.
Even more so than Ben Askren.
BJ Penn? We'll see. Yeah.
He definitely needs money, so
yeah.
Who knows? But
oh, and happy 420, everybody, by the way. If
this
is
will
released
be the
tomorrow.
episode or something like that. So this
That's
is a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. Hope you guys can, listen to this while you spark one up and enjoy yourself and relax, and we tell you some crazy stuff.
I don't condone that. Brett does. I don't.
I
don't do drugs. You do. You do, but I don't. You do.
I don't do drugs.
You like to get wet. I don't.
You do. I don't. Man, Lonzo is like, oh yeah.
Bling,
bling, bling, bling, bling, bling, bling,
oh,
bling,
great
bling,
fucking
bling,
movie.
bling. That is a good. We should watch that later.
King Kong ain't got nothing on me. You like to get wet? Smoke sherm?
Not smoke sherm. Oh. Ethan Hawke.
So I have a story for you tonight.
What do you got?
I got a crazy fucking story.
You're turning your screen away from me, so you got something for me.
No, I'm just clearing my browser history.
Once you got that Android box, you don't need the internet no more.
Exactly. Oh, can I have a sip of that?
Yeah.
You know when you give a kid you give someone like a drink when you're a kid, they're like, "Oh, don't waterfowl it." You're like, or water. You're like, "Oh, don't backwash." Yeah, that's what I meant to say. You know when you give it to a kid, they're like, "Oh, don't backwash." They're like, "Oh, I was planning on just I'll make a huge fucking loogie right into this thing.
I was gonna put all my DNA back into your drink for you.
Yeah, I was gonna cough in it. I was gonna pull a booger out and throw it in too, just for good measure. But now that you said don't backwash, well, that changes everything.
Wild, Wicked, and Weird is brought to you by water.
6-year-old backswashing.
Brought to you by prisonpenpals.com.
Actually, no. Let's plug our sponsor. So, this week, Wild, Wicked, and Weird is brought to you by Grassroots. Grassroots is a dispensary downtown. They have awesome deals and a great selection. They're located at 398 University Avenue, but you know it all as a lovely little corner next to a place called the LC to the BO.
I've never been there in my life, Willie.
You've never been to the LCBO downtown?
I've never been to a liquor store ever.
Well, my eyes say different. I've seen it many a times there.
So if you know what we're talking about,
you can see Brett playing guitar outside the LCBO Monday through Saturday.
Only 3 to 3. Yeah, if you want to stop by and get some good cannabis and some other cannabis accessories, go over to Grassroots in downtown Windsor, right on the corner of University, there, right by the LCBO.
Right next to Hellenic. Get yourself a Yidel.
Yeah,
that's right. They have awesome prices, though. Their phone number is 519-256-3602. Go ahead and get some curbside delivery, or by the time this is aired, it'll probably be some new fucking rule that Dougie creates, so we don't know. But check them out on Facebook, Grassroots, and
tell them that Willie and Brent sent you from Wild, Wicked, and Weird.
Tell them don't tell Willie sent you. They'll be mad. They'll be mad. I'm just kidding.
They'll say that asshole owes me $50. All right, thank you very much.
That guy said he'd give me a gyro.
He said I'll trade you $20 for weed and a gyro.
Oh God.
So what do you got?
It's called a Purple Urkel.
The Purple Urkel special.
Purple Urkel Vesuvius special.
Mount Vesuvius.
Have you ever heard of Sommy? SOMMY. You ain't got no alibi. Brett's ugly.
Yeah.
Brett's ugly.
Is this like Coney 2012?
No. Oh God. Do we have enough fucking time for Coney 2012?
That'll be another episode. But no, I've never heard of Sommy. No, like how do you spell it?
SOMMY. Sommy.
No. So like Sunny, but with M's.
Sommy is the name of a person in this case. It's called the Emeryville Horror. So you know where Emeryville is. We're going to luscious Emeryville. Ooh, where the beer flows like Lake Erie. Like St. Clair.
So shallow and mucky and disgusting.
This happened in 1997. Let me just move this over here. Sorry. Tractor beam. So in early 1997, CBC Radio aired a story about this family in Emeryville called the Tamai family. Tami. Brett still ain't got no alibi. So someone was tormenting this family Okay, they were like hacking into their house. Like they thought it was haunted at first. They're having lights flickering on and off at random. They're getting phone calls at all hours of the night with no one on the other end. Sometimes it'll be like gargling noises or grunting noises.
So they think it's like a paranormal experience? Like...
Yeah, but then they realize it's someone hacking them because this person actually makes themselves known to them. On these phone calls, they eventually start talking to them, and it's a male voice, and they say their name is Sommy, Sommy.
Oh, shit.
And it's not just a one-time thing. Like, it keeps going on and on and on for months on end. Whenever the family tried to call the authorities, this person, Sommy, would disconnect the lines.
Oh.
This is in 97, and like people just now are starting to, when they
you need to automate things.
They hack into Brett's Nest security system, they catch him tugging it in bed or something, or
that's been you that's been turning down my thermostat. Don't touch my thermostat. Don't touch another man's thermostat.
Your googly eyes 369.
That's you on my password.
So this is 97, and these people are being harassed and tormented by this hacker. I mean, people don't even know what hacking is back then. So it went on for months, and the phone company, the power company, even two separate security companies investigated along with the cops. They, got well into the investigations. One of the security companies was actually hired by the Discovery Channel.
Oh.
Back when Daily Planet, was that the show Daily Planet? Back when Discovery Channel was like before pawn truckers selling gold for guns or something.
When you said
crazy
Daily
reality
Planet,
shows.
I just thought of Brian Fellows from Saturday Night Live. Brian Fellows, Safari Planet. Brian Fellows, Safari Planet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You never watched those skits?
Sorry.
Oh, fuck. I'm Brian Fellows.
Sorry.
Anyway.
So anyways, and there was another security company, and they were hired by NBC because this was actually featured on an episode of Dateline.
What?
Yeah.
Emeryville was on Dateline.
Yes, it
Oh,
was.
shit.
The Emeryville Horror. Yeah. So this story became huge because it really made for some great radio and TV.
Absolutely.
It was used as a scapegoat because this was a time when people didn't know what the possible terrors the internet could unleash upon people. This this strange age of cat videos and
what was the first video on YouTube again? Was it
some a squirrel on water skis?
Really?
Skippy? I don't know. A guy at the zoo.
That's right.
Yeah. He's probably 30 million rich in Bitcoin right now, just laughing. Just watches that video on repeat and just does coke all day. He's been doing it for 30 years.
And then now he's pissed he didn't get Dogecoin.
Oh, I don't know, man. Any time he's on a date. Oh, so what do? You got your phone? Yeah. Put it on. Go to YouTube. Go back. Go way back. Go to the first one.
I'm the one.
That's me.
I'm 000.
Wow, you gained a lot of weight. Is that you? So, anyways,
sorry.
You got to remember, this is 1997, so people had no idea what this was. There's definitely like segments during newscasts where they were like, "So Jan, now you folks at home are asking yourself, what is a hacker? And how do I stop myself from getting hacked?"
Well, what would any random family do to prevent themselves from being hacked, Jan?
Do I need some cheese for this computer mouse they're hacking my family with?
Great anecdote. Back to you, Jan.
I'm just trying to watch Seinfeld while my kids play with their Tamagotchis. It's 1997.
I don't want to learn about the horrors of the internet.
So, gee, and back with sports.
Back to sports with you, Tom.
The Wings are making a run for
97? Good times back then.
So, for the whole first 3 months of 1997, the cops and all these other companies are investigating, and the cops, the Essex County Crime Unit, is led by a guy named Sergeant Ron Lane, and they've been working hard trying to figure out who this Sommy character is, who keeps calling these people and, like, making these people's lives a living hell. Now, they've cleared the usual suspects: the son, the father, friends of the family, potential enemies, and so on. They've done their they've looked them over with a fine-tooth comb, my friend. Okay.
So the usual suspects are out of the picture.
Yeah, and they got this place bugged from top to bottom. Okay? You got
bottom.
your light bulb bug. You got your table bug. You got your bug that's disguised like a bug. You got your guy in the telephone pole outside bug. I tell ya.
You got a bug disguised like a bug that's going to be on top of your beer can.
And it's like for months, they didn't have anything. Another creepy thing this hacker was able to do, they were able to hear and record conversations in the house, and they would be able to later add them onto the voicemail recordings. So,
Jesus.
like, imagine, it's the middle of the day and Brett's, in the bathroom pretending to shave, pretending like he's got hair, on his chest.
Yeah.
He's pretending to shave, and there's no phones near, and there's no recording devices, and, Brett looks right in the mirror, and he just says, if I was on that ship, Leonardo DiCaprio would totally bang me in that car.
It would have been my hand on the glass.
That should be my hand.
Every time I dream, I see you.
But imagine,
I feel you.
Imagine this happens, and then, you go on with your day, and then later that night, your mom's checking the voicemail messages, and she just hears, every night in my dreams. Just Brett. Just putting lipstick on, like Silence of the Lambs. Like,
there was room on that boat.
Would you fuck me?
Kathy Bates said she was gonna come back. The
Kathy Bates.
Man couldn't get it.
I'm the tough Southern woman who's new money but still has moral values.
Come on, ladies, grab an oar. Hey, you shut that oar in your face.
In real life, she took that oar to smack a drowning child and say, "Shut up! You sound poor. You're causing me discomfort.
Get out of here.
Get on with your dying, you scum.
Get on with.
Go back to your shanties.
Get off your shanties.
This is a cruise ship."
This is a luxury cruise ship. Irish immigrants are not allowed.
Yeah. So the cops, they still, they're staking this place out. And they still have no idea what's going on here. And because this is like in the 90s, I really hope there was some of those stereotypical, like, the cops are all looking at the computer, getting the daily briefings, and the one cop nudges the other guy, and he's like, "Oh, my Johnny, he doesn't get off this fucking thing with his friends playing fucking Trek Wars and their little... Can't get him outside."
All I hear is, uh-oh.
Hey, computer,
uh-oh.
Gigabytes?
Yeah.
Cyberspace, what is this?
All of a sudden, I pick up my fucking phone, all of a sudden I hear is, ear. And I say, hey, get off the phone. I'm trying to call your mom.
Exactly.
She's at the station. She's working a double.
Exactly. Or like the nerd, or like they're in the meeting and the nerdy tech, like phone engineers talking to them. Like, now what the suspect is doing is loading in the firewall with a malware attack, and the doctor's like, "Oh, Dr. Einstein in English. We're not rocket scientists here."
Guys, just a few more minutes of your time, and I'll just quickly experience this. We don't have time for this. We gotta crack skulls.
Well, they're using computers to hack into their phone. What are you talking about here?
The computers, chips
in English.
Can we punch it physically in the face?
Exactly.
Can we do that?
So, the first article that appears, in a newspaper that I could find is a front page article in the Windsor Star in their Friday, March 14th, 1997 paper.
Okay.
And it was written by Chris Hornsey. So we have a picture of Debbie, the mom, and she's very distraught. It's just that classic shot of one elbow on the table, looking out longingly out the window, wondering, will this zombie ever leave my family alone? Will I ever be able to do aerobics in the nude again without him watching me or calling? He would do that shit. He would say, "I'm watching you. Like, I know when you're naked. Like, I'm gonna kill you." Like, he would say, like,
he's
fucked up shit.
Threatening.
Yeah,
now.
he
Okay.
said but he would say weird shit. Like, he said he was gay and stuff, like, just to mess with her, like, because that would like. And he would say he said like he was a vampire. Yeah,
Man,
a gay vampire is harassing this family.
At this point, you just gotta be fucking.
Isn't that
sick
crazy?
Of this shit,
They had
right?
no idea what it was. So here's a little quote from Debbie in this article. She says, "I couldn't get anyone to believe me that the calls were not coming from inside the house. It took 2 months for investigators to clear my husband and my son as suspects. It was absolutely infuriating."
You know what's infuriating? How old that
That'd be
fucking
tough.
phone is. That
Oh,
phone.
I know.
Just, everyone
Look
had
at
that phone though.
You'll bellow everyone.
Everyone I know had that phone.
Yeah.
But you know that she wore her good jewelry for this shoot.
Oh, she's
too.
got the turtleneck on, and you can't really see it, but I think it's a wolf howling at a moon. I'm pretty sure. It must be.
And they have the state-of-the-art water cooler back then too in their kitchen
Yeah,
too. So,
exactly.
they spent a good $79.99 on that back then.
So it goes on and on and on. It gets so bad. This family, to my family, they put their house on the market.
They're leaving.
They're leaving. It's that fucking bad.
Oh, bad.
So about a month later, on April 22nd, the police had a meeting with the family to show them all of their evidence and all the long hours that they put in the plumbing van, undercover with the binoculars and drinking bad coffee and saying, "Hey, when are you gonna take that girl out? Oh, when you?"
Just think about all the just bad stale farts that are in that detective van.
All the Snickers and Baby Ruth wrappers.
The one guy's overweight and the other guy's like a germaphobe and he just doesn't care.
Yeah. Opposite personalities, because that's the law.
That is the opposite.
Because it has to make for good banter.
I mean, I think we'd make a good stakeout crew.
So they get the family together and they show them everything they have. And what's the result of that meeting? Well, the result of that meeting is they found out who their suspect was and who was doing all of this. It was their 15-year-old son, Billy.
Oh, come on.
The entire fucking time, it was Billy. So one of the security companies, a man named Trevor Stewart, who worked for Nippian Security Systems, they swept the house about a week prior. And he said, at the conclusion of our visit, our team had formed the opinion that this was not a high-tech assault, but rather a low-tech lie. Our first suspect was Billy.
Our first suspect?
Billy! No. After you find out it was Billy, which is the perfect name for this thing, might I add.
Just a little shit,
Reading these articles is so much better. Okay, like, here's one. So this is before they knew it was Billy. Yeah. Here's an article where they were interviewing an ex-Bell employee who was like a tech whiz. So this guy's name was Ralph. He scanned the house, and he said it was clean. Okay, in this article, he says, the house is so clean today. It's sickening. Despite his ultra-sensitive scanning equipment, which even detected an unplugged clock radio buried under clothes in a bedroom cabinet, Ralph could find no evidence of Sami's infiltration of the house. But Ralph believes Sami is still there. He's just hiding, Brett.
He's just hiding. He's in his bedroom jerking off.
So Ralph goes on to say, if he's smart enough to rig this house like he has, then Sami is certainly smart enough to turn off his equipment. It may also be cloaked. Sami may have installed transmitter receivers in the walls while the house was being built. And I've been scanning for them, but if he wrapped them in lead and aluminum, they would be undetectable.
Dude, this guy's going on rabbit holes to try.
So that's
there's Ralph. The only way that I could be wrong is if this guy wrapped his shit in lead when they were building the house. That's the only way I could be wrong.
So that's Ralph from the April 11th, 1997 Winter Star article.
Former Bell
even
employee.
The cops thought it was like that. The cops had no idea who it was. They thought it was a total pro. Maybe like a terrorist or something. And it was fucking Billy the entire time.
The entire time, it was a kid who was in 10th grade. Yeah. Just wanted to mess with his parents.
Could you imagine him calling like, listen, it's the vampire. Listen, bitch, if you don't get rid of that adult password protect on the satellite, I will unleash hell upon this house. Hell.
If you do not get the all-meat pizza pops this weekend, there will be hell to pay.
Hello, Clarice. Hello.
Are they still screaming?
Did the lamb still scream, Clarice? You will go buy the raddest, most awesomest motorbike ever, Clarice, and bring it back to the house.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
Oh my god.
Goodbye, horses.
Or like,
So
hello?
The 15-year-old kid.
Hello, this is Sami. Yes, the stuff you found in Billy's backpack was totally not weed. It was totally just oregano that his dumb bitch sister put in there. Totally, yes.
Mixed with
over
pencil
and
shavings. Pencil shavings in there too. Yeah.
The liquor cabinet will be unlocked. You will buy white bread from now on. If I see any whole wheat bread, I swear to God.
So this entire time this was over a couple years too, right?
No, it was over a couple months.
It was just over a few months.
Yeah, but
that's enough.
It made international news. Basically.
It got on Dateline.
Yeah. And people were talking about it, like these articles are great, man. Like some of this stuff. Go. And next to this article, there's a huge half-page ad that says, "Welcome to the M&M Meat Shop's grand opening in LaSalle."
Oh wow, 25.
I remember being a kid, and my mom would go to the gym.
Yep.
And go to the daycare there. I remember seeing the M&M Meat Shop and being like, "Why are all these people buying M&Ms and they're being wrapped in this red?" brown parchment paper. I don't get it.
Do they make huge M&Ms?
I always wanted to go. My mom's like, no, we go to Zares. I'm like, but you don't buy M&Ms at Zares either. Like, what the fuck? I never understood. I was about 17 years old when I realized it was meat.
It was actually meat store.
No,
that's funny.
And then
so the Tamai family got scammed by their own kid.
I know. It was just a joke. It was just a joke that started with friends, and it just got deeper and deeper. And I tried to get out, but they pulled me back in.
He was living the gimmick, and the
It's
gimmick
like fucking
got him.
Donnie Brasco here, this guy. Joey Pistone.
That's right, Joey Pistone. Luke Landry.
So, some of the real hackers got upset because the media was really painting hackers in a not so good light. You know what I mean? Like it's late 90s, like, cringy media report on hackers 1997
with the shitty shadowy figure just standing in front of two screens
exactly
from the background, like a little, like, just making them be the ultimate villain,
yes.
even though they're probably just messing with like someone's website.
Exactly. So one of these hacker groups called the Brotherhood of Juarez, Juarez with a W, that's right.
With a dub.
They were a Canadian hacker group, and 2 days.
You do not want to mess with the Brotherhood of Juarez.
Hey there, we are the Brothers of Juarez. There,
There's one condition. There's one condition of being part of the group. You got to bring 6 double doubles and a dozen donuts to the next meeting for the next month, or you're out. Do you accept our conditions? Yes, you're in the Brotherhood of Juarez.
This group, the Brotherhood of Juarez, on April 20th, 2 days before the police announced that it was Billy all along.
Yeah.
The Brotherhood of Juarez took down the CBC website and replaced it with a message that said, "The media are liars." So this was an obvious retaliation against the Sami story, that they were running. And what's pretty weird is that this group, they had access to the CBC servers. They could have done a bunch more damage.
Yes.
They made no effort to steal anything or change anything. They simply wanted their message heard.
Yeah, they just wanted to make a statement.
Yeah.
They wanted to fuck over the CBC.
I'm sure people in Emeryville know that story.
Yeah, that's interesting, but like I've never ever heard of that.
I'm sure
so
Billy maybe doesn't hold his head too high when he's walking around.
This guy would be like in his 40s right now. That's the best part. Like
Sami,
yeah, aka Billy.
Maybe as a kid, son of Sami, and he's doing the same thing on WhatsApp.
the son of Sami. Oh man, just thinking of that's good. Every time that you were saying the name Billy, it just made me think of this one time.
Billy, don't be a hero.
It made me think of this one time when we were working in the kitchen and someone was doing like a scavenger hunt for the University of Windsor. Oh. And one of the things was go to a local restaurant and get a picture of you doing dishes. And so this drunk kid comes into the kitchen one night and he goes, "Hey, can I do some dishes and someone take a picture of me?" And I was like, "Yeah, but I get to yell at you the entire time that you're."
That was a crackhead looking to steal change from the tip jar, Brett.
But his name was Billy, and he was doing these dishes, and they had to do this video, and I was like, "You like doing dishes, don't you, Billy? Oh, yeah. You're a good boy, Billy, aren't you? Doing these dishes for us." Like, I just humiliated this guy. I just love that stuff.
It puts the lotion in the bucket.
Billy.
In the dish pit.
If anyone that worked there.
Or it gets the hose.
Yeah, Billy gets the hose.
It stays in the dish pit or it gets the peanut shells.
Absolutely.
So I just want to address something, talk about something. This is not episode 13. This is episode 13.5. Okay. Because we recorded for 45 fucking minutes last night and didn't press the right button, and we lost we didn't lose everything, but it sounded so bad. It sounded like we were saying nothing, and you could hear the couple next door fighting in the kitchen. That's what it sounded like.
It sounded like the Charlie Brown teacher's bit. Where it's like,
yeah, I started playing, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, it sounds... Did it always sound like this? Maybe it's just... I look at Brett's just like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, that's not good.
Because I felt so bad because we had just worked so hard to do this fun stuff. And I was just like, no! This poor guy. Oh man. It's
on the right one now.
Your heart was just crushed.
Now I know. That's episode 13. That's Sami. Sami lives. It's the son of Sami. I was telling you. His fucking kid heard us talking shit. He's listening right now.
He was infiltrating the computer.
He heard us last night.
He's living inside the computer.
He's in the fucking computer.
He's in there.
Anyways.
So if you know anyone named Sami, tell him to quit fucking with us and send us a 5-star review on Apple.
That's right. That's right.
as a repentance for it.
Please follow us on Apple, guys, or leave us a review on Apple. I mean,
yeah, I guess it makes a big difference. We've gotten a big handful this past week.
Give us 5 stars. Leave a review. It helps a lot. Please.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And
Or
follow us on Twitter and Facebook.
Otherwise, we're going to send Sami after you.
Son of Sami.
Sami F. Sami.
Fuck you, Sami. All right. Do you want to pause it or do you want us to keep going?
For what?
Well, you can get the comfy seat for your story.
Oh, I'm not done yet, buddy.
Oh, you're not done your story?
No. Oh, I thought we were finishing yours today. That's why we came back today.
And then we're gonna done?
No.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Ray. Well, that does it for another episode of Wild, Wicked, and Weird, man. That was a fun story. Like, just from... I've never heard that story from Emeryville before. That's like 20 minutes away. Never heard of that before.
I know.
Because a hacker just messes with his own kids.
Told me about it. Shout out to Andrew.
Yeah, thanks, Dupes.
No, not him.
Oh, not Andrew. Oh, Andrew from work, not the other guy.
Yeah.
Not him, the other guy. The other guy.
Don't you dare thank the other guy. No, I'm joking.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never heard about it either, but I'm sure people there have heard about it. Heard about Sami. And don't you kids get any ideas, I tell you.
That's right. When you first started telling the story, I was like, okay, is this another...
Brett's like, is this who's been calling me at 4 a.m.?
Exactly.
Just breathing.
Well, that was the problem with landlines, too.
I know what you did at summer camp.
Because people would call just randomly. Like, people would call you in the middle of the night. Like, when I lived on my apartment...
That never happened
When
to
I
me.
lived on my apartment on Russell Street,
You
I
had
had
a
a landline,
landline?
yes, because who I was living
You never
with
gave
at the
me
time.
that number.
That's obviously because you'd be calling at 3 a.m. So,
Because I was calling.
yeah.
That was me.
That was you.
I was just drunk by the time you...
That's right. I was getting you addicted to Chinese food at that time.
Oh, man. I did try some Chinese food hammered, like, the first time.
At my house.
First time, like, when I lived on my own, though, and, like, I was drunk. It was just from that certain place from Dragon's Inn. I was like, oh, my God, this is going to be a problem.
Yes.
Like,
I remember
it's that good.
I ordered it because we were having a party at my apartment after the bar one night. And, like, I remember you eating a piece of sugai and you looking over at me and being like, Brett, I wish you had never shown me this before. Because it was just like... And for the next 3 years, that's all we ate for the next after the bars every weekend.
Yeah.
And we would just try and destroy an insane amount of food, try and finish the D3 between the two of us.
This sounds like heroin junkies in the movie Train Spotting. This is like word for word the exact same thing that they said in that movie, I think.
So we would try and finish a dinner for 3 between 2 people, and we would just be like huffing and puffing at the end and just like trying to finish every morsel. Like there's no contest, there's no winning.
Yeah.
It's just between the two of us to see if we could actually do it.
And
or
then
if
I
we were that high.
moved and I didn't order from there for like 3 or 4 years. And I ordered one night. They're like, oh my God, 171 Rankin. We thought you died.
That's right. What you were on?
Yeah. What happened to you? Where have you been?
Oh man, you guys. Oh man, we thought you were. Something happened. Yes.
Telling the guys in the kitchen. Yeah, he's here. Come on.
He's here. Yes. Chicken sugai, large wonton soup, and a Szechuan chicken for his buddy. Yes. Oh man, that's good times though. Our arteries. Oh my God, I'm so glad that they held up as well as they did back then.
Well, that's it. So thanks for listening to my story.
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks, man, for doing that. Give us a follow on social media, guys. Follow us on Wild, Wicked, and Weird podcast on Facebook, at Wild Wicked W on Twitter.
Yeah, and give us 5 stars. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Please. It helps a lot, guys. It's really appreciated. Follow us on Twitter.
Absolutely. And please, if you have any recommendations, case recommendations, if you want to send us a line.
Keep them to yourself. Don't ever share them. Don't even tell your best friend about them. I swear. Share
if you have any stories that you want want us to research or look into, or just see if it'd be fun for us to do, give us an email at wildwickedandweird@gmail.com. We haven't got an email yet from a listener. We're looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to
We've got some recommendations though.
Not an email.
Hey, have you guys heard about this? Or hey, is this legal? We can help you with that. You can ask those questions.
That's right. I am working on a recommendation from someone right now, and it's a long case, and that's going to be our next episode. So I'm excited for that. So appreciate your patience, and we'll have some fun with that. So
and we have the right microphone plugged in right now.
Absolutely. Last time we didn't have the right track recorded, so it was so dumb, but
we're not going to talk about that.
That's right. All right, folks. Well, until next time, keep it wild, wicked, and weird. This is Willie and Brett saying goodbye, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Peace.